Hello, today we're going over the 1997, the second match of the IBM Deep Blue versus Garry Kasparov, which is probably the most famous game of all time. Um, we'll see a little bit. This game, the white is played by IBM Deep Blue, which is at that time in 1997 is the state-of-the-art computer programming software, chess programming software. E4, E5. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, we'll see Luis Lopez, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castle here. If you don't castle here, you will not win this pawn because there is a ugly queen d4, and if you go back, then there's a check. Black is much better. So castle here. Bishop e7, rook e1, b5. If you don't go b5, your castle, then you lose this pawn because now the pawn is watched over. Let's go back. Actual game played b5, bishop b3, d6. d6 will watch over the e5. How now black can play knight a5. To counter this, white played c3, so the bishop can go back in. Castle here. h3, which is, well, h3 is actually represent some of the problem when you're using black, because black didn't do anything to take initiative, and now black cannot move his bishop to the g4 later on, to h5, to g6, h6, d4, rook e8, knight b d2, bishop f8. Well, in Luis Lopez is actually pretty common, but some of the idea that Garry Kasparov wants to play a closed game, he wants to play a closed game somehow because previously computer didn't do very well to analyze position, but I feel that some of the variation he chose doesn't, well, because this bishop to me is not developed, is in somewhat sense useless. We will keep going here. Knight f1, bishop d7. Again, I don't like it. I will play bishop b7. I feel that playing b7 have more control, but because Garry Kasparov always try to play closed position against computer, which is anti-computer tactic. Some of the time I feel he's not playing the best human variation. Even at that time, is actually commonly considered bishop b7 will be better. Knight g3, knight a5, bishop go back in, c5, b3. We'll keep looking a little bit. Bishop c6, d5. This again, if you look at game 1 that I did, in 96, Deep Blue will not do this. Deep Blue only did this in 97. It actually showed that the computer software programming is actually re-evaluating. It's actually really evaluating the pawn position and I feel that you learn the pawn evaluation position much better. You would like to push the pawn even if it means give up some of the previous controlled square We see knight e7. Well, if you if you tell you to play a game, which side do you choose? I would choose white any time of the day. Two knights are somewhat developed. Two bishops are somewhat developed. Two knights are pretty good. Everything seems fine. You know, have some space. You can do a lot of different things. Keep going. Bishop e3. Well, if you look at the 96 game, you will think that the computer play bishop e3 much quicker than now, but we will keep looking. Knight g6, queen d2, knight h7. Actually waiting for push this pawn, because now if some exchange happening, maybe this bishop will get used, but well, we'll see. a4, knight h4. He actually forces exchange, because if you play something else, then knight take, g take, then you lose a pawn. So the exchange happened. Queen go back. You actually pushed a4. You cannot, black will not take it, because if black take, well, sorry. If the black take this pawn, there's b take, and then rook take. Now the pressure on this pawn is too much, and white will have the control of the a file, because white is basically quicker. So here we see queen c7, rook e1, c4. I think this is the worst move that Garry Kasparov played. One of the worst moves, other than he resigned. Because this actually gives the dark square bishop too much power. I mean, now the dark square bishop have control of a complete open file, and some of the squares here too. Because now white can comfortably play something like a f4. We keep looking. Rook a3. Well, actually, I would recommend something like rook a2. Because you play a2, you can still double rook, and the rook can still move freely on the second rank. Keep looking. Double rook here. Just watch over in case there's an exchange. f4. Knight f6. If you exchange here, then the bishop is just out of control. You look at this dark square bishop, and look at this dark square bishop. So, actual game played knight f6, f take, d take, queen f1, bishop e8, queen f2. This is actually a waiting move by white. Knight d6, bishop b6. Queen e8, rook going down, bishop e7, bc5, and then bishop f8. I think Garry Kasparov is trying to play some waiting move, but here come knight f5. Actually force an exchange here, because if black don't exchange, black will be just too vulnerable, I guess. Because the white light pieces is actually controlling the fifth rank. You see bishop take, e take, f6, bishop take, a take, and then here come the worst, well, the best or the worst, depending on which side you are on, move of all time of the 20th century. Bishop e4. This, well, actually, if you give if you are, I don't know, Kasparov or Bobby Fischer or somebody, a human will play this move. But well, Well, Garry Kasparov is human, so this does set him off one way or another. Because bishop e4, well, because he is planning on offering his pawn here. If you can see e4, there's no way to protecting this pawn and protecting this bishop simultaneously. So e4, Kasparov is banking on losing this pawn to exchange something like a passed pawn, and he maybe, well, maybe as we say, come up on top. So because here you can only queen take, because if you rook take, then there is this move, then you're probably losing. So here will be something like queen take, rook take, well, and then go from there basically. The pawn here is actually not losing now. This pawn is now losing now, or maybe it will be. Or play something like a rook e8, something like that. But in actual game, bishop e4 actually set Kasparov off. After we see some move here, Garry Kasparov resigned here because Garry Kasparov is thinking after the exchange, he cannot stop this passed pawn, so he lost. But actually, by playing, well, because he is human, because his set off, he didn't perform as his ranking point would suggest. Actually, queen e3 is actually the better move. You play rook. Mainly you can play rook e8. After some maneuver, you can get a perpetual check. See, you keep checking here. So this is actually a draw. If you add move 45 here, if you run it through stockfish, the white is up about the 0.5 point. So actually it's actually a very drawable game. And by the way, this move, bishop e4, if you run it through computer, the best move is actually bishop e4. But if the computer didn't calculate that deep, didn't calculate 30 deep, many of the beginning computer will suggest you to play queen b6. I think maybe it's not, well, it's not computer have super intelligent that deepblue play bishop e4 is simply has much more computing power compared to its previous version. So that'll be all. And if you have questions, leave it in the comment section below. I will answer them. And please tell me what you want to see. You can ask for opening, tactics, yada yada yada. I'll do it. So okay. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.